Blunt Talk with LT, episode 50. This episode is brought to you by G.O.A.T.S. G.O.A.T.S.com/shop for all your SGE apparel. This episode is also brought to you by Anchor.fm. If you want to start your own podcast, the one and only, the best place to go, start up your podcast is Anchor.fm for free podcast hosting, and you can get sponsors. So great way to start your podcast is to hit Anchor.fm. All right, so we're going to get into it. First thing, Lavar Ball. Lavar Ball's been getting a lot of hate recently, and people have been shitting on him for his comments about Lonzo, and then the whole thing about him being sued for $2.5 million. Okay, so let me clear this shit up real quick. Lonzo's handling his own career and doing his own thing, but there's no real malice towards LaVar Ball the way the media is spinning it. He's just doing his own thing as his own man. LaVar Ball is obviously still involved in his son's life, all three of his sons' life. Still working on LaMelo Ball, getting him into the NBA. He's playing in the NBL right now out in Australia, putting in work, looking like a savage. But the $2.5 million lawsuit isn't from Lonzo or any of the family members. It's from Alan Foster. Alan Foster is the disgruntled motherfucker, the disgruntled member of the Big Baller brand that was caught stealing money and, you know, kicked to the curb. So he's that guy. I've done videos of him prior, so if you want to check out my page and you can see all the details to the, you know, the Blunt Talk with LT clips page. It's called Blunt Talk with LT. That's the page. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed now. But yeah, hit that page and you see all the details of the shit he did in the past. There's videos on him. So it's not really what the media is spinning it out to be. Yeah, LaVar Ball kind of fucked up when he said he was damaged goods on his reality show, but reality shows are always sensationalized and all that shit on reality. I don't buy into reality shows the way everybody else does. Yeah, you said it. Yeah, you said it in front of the cameras. Yeah, it was a conversation and shit, but reality shows, there's always producers, and I don't know how their show is made, because their show is more realistic than everybody else's reality show. So maybe that could have been, you know, just an organic moment, but that's family fighting and family saying fucked up shit, because that's how it happens in family. So you can't even, I don't know. I'm not going to hold that too much against him. I know that Lonzo's making his own decision, because really and truly, when you break it down, Lonzo's missed out on millions of dollars with this. He could have signed a Nike deal, a Jordan deal, something different, and made way more money than the Big Baller brand lost. So it's like he really kind of took an L on that one, being loyal to the brand, trying to push Big Baller brand. And I think he sees that now, and he's hired. He has new management, so a different agent. So who knows? Lonzo's career might go a different direction. I like what the Pelicans are doing. Great way to segue into Zion Williamson, Lonzo Ball, and the Pelicans. I think they could actually be a playoff team. Seeing them play together, yeah, they it's preseason and they're playing some shit teams, and you know that win they had against the Bulls, the bench came back, and it wasn't really Lonzo and Zion putting in that work. But at the end of the day, you see Zion out there, super efficient, strong. It looks like he can get to the basket with ease. Lonzo's free throws definitely improved. His three-point shots definitely improved. His shooting all around's improved. His confidence improved. He still has some troubles finishing at the rim or getting to the rim, because I don't know. I think he just needs to like read lanes better, or just get a better screen or something to the so he can get to the rim easier to, you know, actually finish, because he's not Zion. Zion can just like bully his way to the rim. Body man's in the air and shit. He doesn't have that type of jump in the air, hit that contact, and be able to finish type strength that Zion has already. And Zion's a rookie. To be honest, okay, this is the wildest GOAT list feature that I'm going to put on. This is probably my wildest prediction. It's not even a prediction. It's a statement right now. And the man hasn't even played a single NBA game. I'm going to put Zion Williamson on the GOAT list. The GOAT list could be for particulars. This is a particular for the GOAT list. He is the greatest jumper in NBA history. And people are like, what the fuck? You've seen Vince Carter, you've seen LeBron James, you've seen Michael Jordan, you've seen Dominique Wilkins. How the fuck you saying that, LT? Well, the reason why I'm saying that is not because I'm saying he jumps higher than Dominique or Vince Carter or LeBron in their prime or whatever. I'm saying that LeBron James, predominantly when he flies, is off of 1 foot. In his prime, he can get off of 2 feet pretty high, but not nearly as high off of 1 foot. Vince Carter, higher off of 2 feet than 1 foot. He could still jump off of 1 foot, get out high off of 1 foot, but he's a 2-foot jumper. Michael Jordan, 2-foot jumper and a 1-foot jumper. Michael Jordan flies off of both. He's the kind of like, okay, he's a real jumper. That's why the jump man. And Dominique was a 2-foot jumper, strictly. When you look at Zion Williamson jumps off of 2, flies off of 2, jumps off of his left foot and finishes with his right hand, jumps off of his right foot, finishes with his left hand. Nobody jumps off of both feet like that independently. LeBron in his prime could get a high off of his wrong foot and his right foot, but he doesn't jump as high off of 2 as like Zion. I feel like Zion is the most rounded jumper in NBA history, and if we're doing NBA history, that's basketball history. There's no higher platform than the NBA for basketball. So Zion's checking in on the GOAT list. Hasn't even played a single game in the NBA as this podcast drops, but he's checking in on the GOAT list already. People think I hate on Zion because I said Jordan wasn't his favorite player. I just feel like that was just a safe thing to say. I feel like he was just capped because, it's just Jordan. He's the safe choice for the GOAT, not the, objective, looking into it yourself, having your own real favorite choice. Because I felt like you didn't grow up on him. Watching highlights isn't enough to make someone your favorite player. Generally, someone's favorite player comes out of the generation they grew up watching. So that's why I feel like it was cap. But whatever. We can get off that. Next, we going to get into Tekashi 6ix9ine. I know people are tired of hearing the Tekashi 6ix9ine shit. But there's rumors that he signed a $10 million deal with his record label from jail. But that's not completely true. It is true somewhat because the label's standing behind it, but it's $10 million, not like liquid cash. He's not receiving $10 million. The report is he's only going to see $1.2 million. The rest is for like marketing, branding, budget for travel, protection, all that shit that goes into a label's budget. That's what the $10 million deal is, and it's stretched throughout a period of time, and it's certain albums. And I have to get the whole particulars out in front of me right now, but he's not going to come out and receive $10 million. And even so, the fact that he signed a deal, who the fuck cares about the particulars and the money? It just shows. He signed a deal from jail. His trial's not even up yet. He has heavy charges levied against him, and the label's still willing to sign him from jail. That is crazy. As of now, this is pretty much being confirmed and backed by the label and all the sources and the hip-hop media, which I find ridiculous. I thought this shit was cap. That's why I waited to speak on it, but 3 days later after it's been reported, it's still the general consensus that there's a $10 million deal for Tekashi 6ix9ine, which is wild, but that's what I've been saying. I said in the last video that I still think he might have a career because it's not going to be the hood niggas and the real niggas listening to his shit and supporting his shit and coming out to his shows that they're targeting anyway. It's all these little kids and these, middle America and, foreign regions, probably Russia, London. Like, they target other countries when it comes to certain, concerts and shit when they do big festivals and shit to make their money. And he's probably signed to a 360 deal, so the label's making their money off of all the performances and all this shit. Who the fuck knows what the deal is right now? Because when you're in jail, you don't have much of a leveraging point, much of a negotiation leg to stand on when you're in the bin. So it's like, who knows what type of fuck shit they signed him to that would pertains to all the shit that, I don't know. Fuck it. That's just fucked up. I'm disappointed that someone would sign. I'm just disappointed in the whole situation. There's people spending time behind bars because this little rat wanted to fucking, do all the fuck shit he wanted and conjure all the bullshit. And I spoke about this too much. I'm not even going to get back into this. Okay, so Stacey Dash. Stacey Dash was arrested. Where's the whole report? Yo, Jesus Christ. What kind of sloppiness am I doing? Okay, but basically... She listed her ethnicity as white when she was on her booking sheet when she was arrested. So not mixed race, not biracial, not black, white. She completely denounces her black side. And I'm not even going to waste time reporting on everything that she's being arrested for because she's nobody to anybody. But she can't make bail. She broke a hell. So fuck her. Moving on. Goddamn. Yo, LaMelo Ball. I already spoke about the Ball family, but I didn't speak about LaMelo in particular. LaMelo Ball is definitely a top 5 pick for the draft next year. I don't know if he's going to be number 1 because it's not like his team is winning so much in the NBL right now. He's looking great out there, but you need to translate that shit into wins. And when they look at the NCAA and when March Madness and all that shit actually starts, the whole tune is going to be they're going to be singing a different tune. It's easy for everybody to say he's a number 1 consensus right now because the Australian, the NBL season's going on right now, but that's professional league, so that's why they're looking at it a little different. You don't have to fully win because it's professional. You don't have to win the championship. It's not like teams that have to make it to the Sweet 16 and shit for your number 1 pick to be taken seriously. But yeah, who knows, man? Who knows? I think when the NCAA starts, their season starts underway and it's really getting into the thick and thins of thick. Man, what the fuck am I trying to say? It gets deep into the shits, you know what I mean? I think they're going to be singing a different tune when it comes to the number 1 pick, but I still think he's going to be a top 5 overall pick in my mind. I would probably choose him number 1 because I think he has the highest potential, but I've seen way more of LaMelo Ball than any of these other kids, so that's not really fair to say. When you see too much of a player, it kind of creates a bias. I haven't seen the field, but in my mind, I don't know. I think when LaMelo hits the NBA, he's gonna be fine. He ain't gonna have those type of problems that Lonzo had initially because I think he's a better scorer. Lonzo has better vision, sees the floor better, but I think LaMelo is a better scorer. So Ben Simmons finally hit a 3-pointer. Ben Simmons finally hit a 3. You know who also hit a 3? Steven Adams. It's preseason. Let's see it in the real season, in the regular season against an NBA team because he hasn't hit it against an NBA team. It was a fucking Chinese basketball league team. So, and they were like slapping the team 84 to like 42 at the time. They were getting battered. So I don't care to see that type of shit. Like that is light work. So, man was like 5-6 inches taller than the defender. He had space. He hit the 3. Great. Any NBA player can hit a 3 in practice. Like most centers and trash shooters, Dwight Howard hits 3s in practice and shit. So I want to see that in a real NBA game. I'm not shitting on Ben Simmons. I just really want to see it in the NBA game, and I want to see it in the playoffs, and I want to see him take it comfortably. Because if he does that, the Sixers are definitely making the finals. And anybody that has those type of those doubts towards the Sixers making the finals, if they see Ben Simmons consistently hitting 3s in the regular season, it's over. It's like the doubts are gone. It's really just the Bucks in their way, and that's pretty much it. The Raptors ain't going to be that without Kawhi and without anyone to fill that role. They're going to be a playoff team, but that's about it. Funny thing is, the GOAT list for this episode was really supposed to be Vince Carter. I was supposed to add Vince Carter to the GOAT list for the best dunker of all time. And I still do think Vince Carter's the best dunker of all time. I just think that could change within the next couple of years. These kids are getting advanced. You see the Zach LaVines and, the Zion Williamsons of the world. If some other motherfucker comes out of nowhere and is dunking on their level, like, you never know. And when it comes to, like, best dunker of all time, that's super hard to crown because he could be the best NBA dunker of all time. But when you watch these dunk league guys and you see how am I forgetting these guys' names right now? Jeez. Wow. Like, you see the Guy Dupuis and the Jordan Staples and is that his name? No, Chris Staples, Jordan Kilgannon. Those motherfuckers that fly and do all sorts of crazy dunks. So I had to X that off and replace, the jump list, the best jumper, because that's the way I see it. I had to put Zion in there and fill it out. All right, so top 50s. Let's talk about these stupid top 50s. Fuck them. Fuck your lists. I don't take them seriously. The top 50 rappers of Toronto list. Fuck you. Fuck out of here. Top 50 rappers of Atlanta. Fuck out of here. Top 50 rappers, period. Fuck out of here. Fuck your list. Fuck anyone that putting out these stupid lists. They're tired or trash. They're just trying to get some sort of clout and try to put attention on your podcast or whatever the fuck you doing. Fuck your list. You know what I mean? They're all trash. They're too biased and too subjective, and fuck out of here. All right, so Aaron Carter. Let's talk about Aaron Carter before I finish this fucking episode. This nigga came out of nowhere. Forgot he existed. For him to be snitching on. Did I talk about this shit before? I swear if I did. Nah, I didn't. All right, so yeah, this nigga snitching on his brother, Nick Carter, and his family members, and he's on Adam 22 show acting crazy. He came back with a tattoo. To snitch on your own brother for all these rape allegations and constantly bring it up and push it to the forefront, and his brother has a restraining order against him and all sorts of weird shit. That ain't even for this show. That ain't for this show because I don't even know what the fuck to say about this. This is weird. This is pop community trying to spill into the hip hop, trying to, trying to say he's the hottest out here, trying to do the Tekashi 6ix9ine shit, trying to do that Soulja Boy shit. And people like me and other media sources are feeding right into it because I really don't have an opinion, nor do I care. It's not that I don't care about, girls getting raped and shit, but it's like, I don't know anything about it, and it seems like a lot of this shit is cap. Even Adam 22 was like, yo, is this shit even real? It seems like you're accusing everybody around you and who knows and blah, blah, blah. So I don't fucking know. Jesus Christ. Markelle Fultz. Let's get to Markelle Fultz before I wrap up this episode. Markelle Fultz and the Orlando Magic, I think, is actually going to have a good season. I think Markelle Fultz, people are like, oh, you got to wait to see it. I've seen it in preseason, and I know I was just talking about it's preseason, but my main concern about him was his shot form. And is he going to be able to shoot regularly? And it looks regular the way he was shooting in college. It looks like it doesn't have that weird fucking the yips that he had before. Like, it's just different. And he's athletic. He's dunking on mans. I think Markelle Fultz is going to surprise people. I don't think he's the bust that Anthony Bennett was and is because he just got released from the Rockets. He just got waived. He was working his way back up into the NBA, waived from the Rockets. They didn't even give him a real chance. But, yeah, I don't think Markelle Fultz is going to be that type of bust. I think he's going to turn around his NBA career and get it together. He has the athleticism. He has the skill. He has the... I think he's going to be good, and I think he's in the right system. He has the right opportunity with the Magic. The Magic believe in him. Lavar Ball talked about Lonzo Ball succeeding more with the Pelicans, and he said the primary thing is when your coach believes in you and he gives you the chance to work in a system and build around you, then you'll have a way better chance of being successful, and the Lakers didn't offer that for Lonzo, clearly. And, it didn't seem like that was even close to being an option for Markelle Fultz in the Sixers arrangement because they already had their system and they were trying to plug him in a weird way, and it was pretty much uncomfortable for him to be forced into a position like that too fast. And I feel like Lonzo going to the Pelicans is going to work out in his favor. He's going to be a much better player in the Pelicans. And Markelle Fultz, though these are the number 1 and 2 picks, I feel like they're going to be much better in their situations. Markelle on the Orlando Magic, Lonzo on the Pelicans. NBA-centric episode. Kind of saving shit for episode 51. Doubling up this week. I say that a lot, but really, truly, have to double up. Niggas been lacking. One more subject to get into. When it comes to podcasting, consistency is key. Message to me and others that are doing it: don't get in your own way. Make sure you get shit out consistently. Anyone that's building, don't feel like these motherfucking haters that say you can't build to the way you want to build. They look at it if you're not famous or whatever, it's not going to be easy for you to just build a podcast. As long as you're consistent, have interesting topics to speak about, and you're here every fucking week. Don't disappear from the internet, and you'll be blessed. Podcasting 101. Blunt Talk with LT. About to touch a blunt. We out. Yerp.